Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader has more than 58 Archetype Specific Class features spread out over 10 playable archetypes. This is the second video in the series, within which I am taking a quick look at each of the Keystone Archetype features, abilities, and ultimate abilities, so make sure you're subscribed and check out the rest of the episodes. Today we are checking out all of the unique features and abilities available to the Officer Archetype. Again, a shout out to Alcat Games for providing me with a feature complete build of the game. With that said and done, let's get nerdy. When you select the Officer Archetype during character creation, you will instantly gain access to its Keystone feature, namely Voice of Command. With the Voice of Command ability, you inspire an ally of your choosing within a 16-cell radius, increasing their characteristic statistics by 5+2 times your Officer's Fellowship bonus, as well as removing the range limitation for the targeted ally when using any of your other Officer abilities. Thereafter, the Officer Archetype has access to 6 different class-specific abilities, of which only 3 can be selected at levels 3, 7, and 12, and these are Get Back in the Fight, Air of Authority, Move, Break the Ranks, To Me, and Take Aim. Using the Get Back in the Fight Officer ability instantly removes one of 4 status effects from your allied character, being the Burn, Bleed, Toxin, and Stun status effects. Additionally, if your ally is currently under the Voice of Command effect, they also gain temporary wounds equal to 2 times your Officer's Willpower bonus, which is a fantastic option for all frontline fighters or those pulling aggro and taking a lot of enemy attacks. When using the Air of Authority Officer ability, it raises your targeted ally's resolve equal to your Officer's resolve, which means for the cost of a single action point, you can double or even triple the speed with which your ally accumulates momentum, enabling them to get off their most powerful class heroic action ability. Furthermore, if this ally is under the influence of the Voice of Command ability at the time of applying the Air of Authority effects, that ally also starts its next turn with an additional action point. The Move Officer Archetype ability is all about mobility, granting an ally of your choosing movement points equal to your Officer's Fellowship bonus. Again, this ability also synergizes with the Officer's Keystone ability, Voice of Command, granting the additional effect to your ally, enabling them to move freely even within the melee threatened zone of enemies without invoking attacks of opportunity until the end of the Officer's next turn. The Break the Ranks Officer ability increases the amount of damage dealt by your ally equal to your Officer's Fellowship bonus divided by 2 times the amount of enemies adjacent to your ally. Additionally, if that ally is currently being affected by the Voice of Command ability, they also immediately take an attack of opportunity against an adjacent enemy with the lowest remaining amount of wounds. The To Me Officer ability does exactly what it sounds like, issuing a direct command to an ally to immediately move to your Officer's location. As an extra benefit, if that ally is currently under the Voice of Command effect, it also gains a percentage of armor equal to 2 times your Officer's Willpower bonus. And if that ally remains adjacent to the Officer, all attacks against the Officer will be made instead against the ally being affected by the To Me ability. The Take Aim Officer ability enables an ally of your choosing to ignore all cover on its target for a range shot and doubles its effective range with that weapon for 1 round. If it is the case that that ally is under the Voice of Command ability effect at that point in time, the attack made also ignores the enemy's dodge, and the potential damage of that attack cannot be reduced by anything less than a percentage value calculated based off of your Fellowship bonus. The Officer Archetype also gains its ultimate ability or heroic action and desperate measure at character level 4, namely the Finest Hour. Both the Heroic Action and Desperate Measure version thereof grants an ally of your choosing a whole extra turn, with the additional benefit of that ally not having the limitations on the amount of attacks that it can make within this bonus turn. The Desperate Measures version of Finest Hour also has the unfortunate drawback of decreasing your officer's fellowship value by 50% until the end of that combat encounter. Similar to the Warrior archetype, the focus of the previous video, Finest Hour can also be upgraded at levels 9 and 15, and there are 4 different options to choose from, of which only 2 can be ultimately selected. The first upgrade option increases the ally affected by the Finest Hour's damage output for their extra turn, equal to 2 times your officer's fellowship bonus, with the added benefit of gaining the effects of the Voice of Command ability. The second upgrade option removes all negative effects from the ally affected by the Finest Hour, and additionally makes that ally unkillable until the end of the officer's next turn. The third option to upgrade the Finest Hour has the targeted ally gain a number of temporary wounds equal to 3 times the officer's fellowship bonus until the end of that combat encounter. The final of the 4 options available to upgrade Finest Hour grants 2 additional benefits to the ally affected by the Finest Hour ability. The first of which restores 1 action point and 1 movement point for each and every kill made by that ally, up to a maximum of your officer's fellowship value, whereas the second effect allows your targeted ally to redirect its remaining action points and movement points to any other ally within the area. And there you go, all of the class abilities and features that makes the Officer Archetype tick. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, please remember to leave me a like, and if you have seen a couple of the channel's videos by now, why not become a subscriber? And stick around for some more Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader content. But most importantly of all, stay nerdy.